In 2022, Morocco shocked the football world. They became the first African nation ever to reach a World Cup semi-final. And many people believed it was a once-in-a-generation achievement. Looking at this squad, I don't think it was. Because after putting this team together, I realized something. Morocco aren't Africa's biggest surprise anymore. They're quietly becoming Africa's benchmark. This isn't a squad full of superstars. It isn't perfect either. But almost every position has quality. Almost every position has depth. And perhaps most importantly, this team no longer feels like an underdog. It feels like a team that expects to compete. So this is my prediction for Morocco's 2030 World Cup squad in a 4-2-3-1. Let's start with the goalkeepers. And honestly, this was easily the hardest position to predict. Morocco still haven't found a clear successor to Bono, and I could genuinely see a completely different goalkeeper starting by 2030. For now, I've gone with Ayyoub Bouaddi. He's a modern goalkeeper who's comfortable with the ball, has excellent reflexes, and still has plenty of room to develop. If somebody establishes himself over the next few years, I think it'll be him. Behind him is Reda Taghnouss, an experienced goalkeeper with strong command of his penalty area and a reliable option whenever Morocco need experience. The third goalkeeper is El Mehdi Benabid. Another solid choice, but just like the other two, nobody has truly made this position their own yet. And honestly, that's probably Morocco's biggest weakness heading towards 2030. The good news, it might also be their only obvious one. The even better news, leaving a like is another obvious one. Because once we move into defense, this squad starts looking much more like an established top nation than an underdog. At right back, there's really only one choice. Achraf Hakimi. Even at 31, I still believe he'll be one of the best right backs in world football. Every successful generation has one player that defines it. For Morocco, that's still Hakimi. His pace, attacking runs, and experience make him not only Morocco's biggest star, but the face of this entire generation. Behind him, I've selected Naufal El Hannouss, a very versatile young defender who can play almost anywhere across the back line and gives Morocco plenty of tactical flexibility. At centre-back, I've made one of my biggest decisions. Omar El Hilali isn't even a natural centre-back. He's naturally a right back. Sometimes getting your best 11 on the pitch means asking one great player to do something slightly different. And honestly, I really like him in this role. He's too good, too athletic, and too reliable defensively to leave out. Next to him is Chadi Riyad, a left-footed centre-back who's comfortable playing out from the back and aggressive in duels. I think those two complement each other perfectly. On the bench, I've gone with Abdelhamid Bilal, a composed young defender with good passing ability who's still developing. Alongside him is Marvel, a physical defender who also offers cover at left back and gives Morocco a completely different option whenever more height or strength is needed. At left back, I start Youssi, a modern attacking fullback who fits Morocco's possession-based style perfectly. He's comfortable pushing high up the pitch while still remaining calm in possession. His backup is Adam Aznou, another exciting young fullback with excellent technique and plenty of pace. The competition between those two could become very interesting over the next few years. And then there's Noussair Mazraoui, one of Morocco's great servants over the last decade. Only 4 years ago, Mazraoui was one of the first names on the team sheet. By 2030, he probably won't be. And honestly, that's another sign of how far this squad has come. By 2030, I see him more as an experienced squad player. And somehow, that's exactly what makes him valuable. Because tournament football isn't just about your best 11. It's about having experienced players who can solve problems whenever they're needed. Speaking of solving problems, you could solve one of mine by subscribing. Now let's move into what I think is the strongest part of this entire squad, the midfield. At the base of midfield, I have Ayyoub Bouaddi. If there's one player I genuinely can't wait to watch over the next few years, it's him. He already looks like the kind of midfielder games naturally flow through, technically outstanding, and already looks like the heartbeat of this team. Alongside him is Neil El Ainaoui, a complete midfielder who works tirelessly, progresses the ball well, and gives Morocco exactly the balance they need. Oussama Taghalin offers another excellent deep-lying playmaker who can control possession when games become more tactical. Amir Richardson brings something completely different. At almost 2 meters tall, he adds physicality, aerial dominance, and a profile that none of the other midfielders really have. Azzedine Ounahi, I see him as an experienced squad player who can still change games from the bench. They don't have 5 world-class midfielders, but they do have quality, balance, and options. And for international football, that's often even more important. Now the attack. I think people still underestimate just how much talent Morocco have up front. To be honest, this is probably the moment I stopped thinking about Morocco as an underdog. Because top national teams don't rely on one player to decide games. They have several. On the right wing I have Ilyas Akomak, a technically gifted winger who loves cutting inside onto his stronger left foot. He's quick, creative, and gives Morocco another player capable of unlocking compact defenses. Behind him is Ryan Bounida. He can play centrally or out wide, and I think his creativity makes him a fantastic option from the bench. As the number 10, I've gone with Bilal El Khannouss. He's the creative engine, the player who takes risks, breaks defensive lines, and connects midfield with attack. By 2030, I expect him to become one of Morocco's leaders. Behind him is Ismail Saibari, one of Morocco's most versatile attacking players, capable of filling several roles while also contributing goals. On the left, it's Brahim Diaz. Alongside Hakimi, he's Morocco's biggest superstar, brilliant in tight spaces, unpredictable on the ball, and capable of creating something out of absolutely nothing. Because every top national team needs players who can win games on their own. Brahim is exactly that kind of player. Backing him up is Ayyoub, another explosive dribbler who brings incredible pace and gives Morocco a completely different option late in games. And finally, Kemstein Talbi, a direct attacker who can beat defenders, score goals, and cover several attacking positions. Exactly the kind of versatile squad player every successful tournament team needs. And that's what really stands out to me. This attack isn't built around one superstar anymore. It's built around several players capable of deciding matches in different ways. Leading the line is Hamza Igamane. Morocco don't have an obvious world-class striker. I don't think they need one. What they need is somebody who makes everybody else better. That's exactly why I like Igamane's profile. He's mobile, technically strong, and offers far more than just goals. His movement creates space for the players around him, and by 2030 I think he'll be entering his prime. My second striker is Elias Benseghir. Not a traditional number 9, but an incredibly talented footballer. He can drop deep, link play, and create chances just as well as he can finish them. That tactical flexibility is a huge advantage in tournament football. I think that's the biggest difference between Morocco today and Morocco some years ago. They don't rely on one player anymore. They rely on a squad that always seems to have another solution. When Morocco reached the World Cup semi-finals in 2022, many people called it a miracle. I don't think anyone should be calling Morocco a miracle anymore, because miracles happen once, consistency happens over years. And that's exactly what Morocco have become. They're no longer a team that surprises people simply by being there. This squad is young, the spine is exciting, and almost every position has at least one reliable option behind it. Personally, I really like this team. I don't see Morocco among the favorites to win the World Cup, but another quarterfinal, I genuinely think that's a realistic expectation. And if this generation develops the way I expect, maybe the next step won't surprise anyone at all. It'll simply be meeting expectations. But what do you think? Has Morocco become Africa's new benchmark? Or do they still need to prove that 2022 wasn't just the beginning?